All right, so we're back in side-lying low oblique sit, and we're pretty familiar with this setup now. The importance of, with the shoulder, the whole forearm representing good information, and Jordan's actually working on active pronation when he's down here, and that's actually changing the way this underside shoulder is working. A common thing we see with people in this position is over-recruitment through the neck. So they struggle to get this relaxed caudal shoulder blade position that we see in a good low oblique side lying. And remember, that's got to reflect the overall shoulder girdle, because look at the shoulders in relation to side lying. They're at 90-90, so they're in that biomechanically strong position. As we follow down, the biggest challenge in this position is to get what we call caudal pelvis, which is the ability of the spine to be a continuation through L5-S1 right down to the sacrum. And a nice term for it is back pockets, because then we can send the scapula to the back pockets and the spine continues down and through the back pockets. So it's a lovely full-time coaching cue for ideal spine, shoulder and pelvic girdle stability. What I'd like you to do, mate, is just do one rotation forward, and you can see the whole spine's working like a rotisserie from crown of the head to pelvic floor and hips, and then open backwards. And we have a hinge here and we have a hinge here. Good, so now we want to complex this because we've shown you some more basic variations. Lift this arm into space and let it feel like your fingertips are going away from the bottom elbow tip and length of the forearm, and like you haven't got two arms and a trunk, you've got a continuation from underside support through the spine and shoulder blades to your top arm and fingertips. Okay, quite beautiful. Now keep your neck long, turn to look up at that top hand. Outstanding, good. Now what I'd like you to do is keep your eyes connected to the hand. Start to glide your spine down through your hinges to arrive at the floor. So what this trains, folks, is a turning spine, and the spine is turning perfectly on these hinges, so it's actually experientially revealing to you what true movement is. Very nice. So now use all the information that's underneath your body here in the visual field so that your chest doesn't go forward in space. Beautiful. And that gives us a great diaphragm position. Now, can you feel that as I've rotated your trunk, you've actually got more weight through this right thigh to the knee?
Yep.
I'd like you to find the place where the lift is going to start and feel like you're almost stretching this bone long to create a lift through the underside hip. Good. Good. So lift away. Perfect. Now we're just going to hold and create a facilitation effect. Our holds are 6 seconds, based on the PNF work of 6 seconds being ideal. Okay, lower the hip, mate. So lower the hip skillfully down, and just again via the facilitation that's in your system, simply slide the hand. Beautiful. Hold there. We want to make sure it's pure turn. Good. Now just a small variation, and obviously now you're more loaded through that underside thigh and hip. As you begin to find your lift, I want you to simultaneously slide the hand, so it's lift and reach. Good, good, good. Hold, 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 and come down. Now here's the point, folks. Whether or not Jordan gets any movement here, the whole system is still working because we're generating tension even if there's no change in range of motion. Now if you look at the chest position now, you look at the back ribs, so the entire rib structure and rib wall, where the scapula is sitting, down the length of the spine to the back pockets, you can see we actually can't get any more physical rotation. Just see if you can lift me in here, mate. Lift your... And that would be asking for a 10 out of 10 effort to achieve that. But that's why it's pure rotation. Now look towards the hand, and I want you to glide it back up. And if we say what's happening here, his entire system was on full length tension, and now he's having to create activation to bring it back from its longest possible length tension perspective and come back on the hip. And push the ground away to come into high oblique sit. Good. And just while we're filming here, mate, what was your first person perspective of that series of events?
It's quite strong in terms of the hold.
Yeah.
It seems like such a simple movement, but just the holding is quite taxing on the nervous system.
Yeah.
And the glide was effortless. So
Yeah.
actually getting the rotation wasn't difficult. But I guess pulling yourself back from searching for too much reach, where you're going to create a shift to generate that reach, whereas no longer pure rotation. That's where you've got to pause and bring it back.
Yeah, spot on. So the potential non-preferred aspects are the chest going forward in space and the head neck changing its shape and going forward in space.
Exactly.
Now, from a sporting perspective, all the rotational sports, golf, tennis, hockey, striking, etc., what will happen in the task is it will become more pure. So you will have the same force outcome with much less expenditure of energy.